All right, the S&P 500, the Nasdaq 100. We start here with the Nasdaq. And as you can see, we really made no movement here on the day. We continue to consolidate, really pinching to the apex of this move right now, sitting clearly in this range. We also have a little bit of a key level I would be watching going into tonight and tomorrow. This level right here around 20,126. You can see how we kind of flipped, mounted, flipped underneath it right now. So again, get above that level, you do look good. As you zoom back out to the 4 hour, the Nasdaq is really doing nothing, just consolidating sideways here. When you really are going to face resistance when we get to 20,300, 20,250, above that, I have us pushing into all-time highs. But again, as of right now, I'm not doing too much. ES on the other side of this, like you're sitting at all-time highs. Like, let's be really clear. This is your July all-time high. Again, we're sitting right underneath it as of right now. I think you look really solid. Like, you're making higher lows here. This is what you want to see ultimately in the market. Like, you want to see higher lows established. We're just sitting at that level. We got to mount above 57.82 to be bullish. You go into SPY again. You're making higher lows like in the 15-minute. You had opportunities to break down in the day, but ultimately you're holding that level that we mentioned in yesterday's video as well. As you can see, clearly holding support. The weird part is you're mounting it, but you're not getting the breakup. That's the only weird part. But again, above 568.5, I'm looking for that all-time high push. Things you're looking for right now, Dow also sitting basically at all-time highs as well. So overall, that's where we're at now. You go into DXY, again, you're still sitting at the 200 SMA, you're holding up. But again, we can see that drop quickly. We go into yields as well, continuing to get a little bit of a bounce here, the 10-year yield as well. Bitcoin pushed back into the 200 SMA. Also, we're kind of just sitting there. So right now, it seems like the train has slowed down, right? We're kind of at a standstill. We're not really getting the movement right now. And that's where we're at. So today's video, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to be super long. We don't need to spend too much time on this video today because you're still sitting at most of those levels. Now, beyond today, the biggest thing you're going to have going on this week is going to be Friday PCE data inflation. That's the most important thing that's going to be happening here. So I would be paying attention to that. You got some Fed speakers, but I don't see them moving the market either. Okay, so jobless claims on Wednesday, and then Friday, PCE, or jobless claims on Thursday, PCE on Friday. Biggest days of the week. Fed Powell's talking during the week as well. But again, I think the biggest things are Thursday and Friday going into there. Okay, now we step in, we go through some quick. I'm just going to quickly run through some names. Again, if you're new to the channel, I'm sorry, this video, there's just no point. Like, we're just going to waste time going over this stuff right now. So really quickly going into SPY and Qs, giving you those levels. Okay, obviously, like I mentioned, above 568.5, you look good. Going into Qs, again, you're kind of just sitting here right now. You're making higher lows. Not awesome. There's not a key level here that I'm really watching. If Qs start breaking and making a lower low, so it start breaking back down like this, then I'd be targeting back into 478 basically. Okay, I would like to see Qs just break highs from today, ultimately to get bullish once again to push back into local highs, back into 487, etc. What I'd be looking for there. Okay, so no reason to overcomplicate that stuff. Right now, you're also seeing semiconductors, SMH. We talked a lot about this. This is one of your driving forces in keeping Nasdaq relatively weak right now, right? Or not getting the breakout. Is your 239 level here on semiconductors, SMH. You can see that you're rejecting off this level as of right now. You go back into this, you can see for the better part of the day, we just sat there, right? Nothing really happened. That's where we're at, okay? So we got to get above 239 to really be bullish. The other side of this, though, is you're seeing names on, in tech, starting to heat back up. We saw Apple pushing to 232 going into Friday, opened up today, pushing back down. Apple's giving you a good opportunity. Again, the same chart over and over. The retest, if you hold 224, I'm bullish, pushing back into 230. Watching that. Meta, you basically pushed all-time highs, sitting above previous highs right here, 564. You still look pretty good. Google had a new push to local highs, pulled back. You still look decent. Now, if Google starts to break below the gap up lows around 161.4, then I think you're going to start pushing back down towards the 200 SMA, and that could be a really hot trade. So I would be definitely watching for this if we start to lose some momentum here for potentially coming back down into 160 and then 158 locally. So a few levels I'll be watching there. But when we go into semiconductors, you can see there's just not a lot happening, right? This is the chart for NVIDIA that I'm watching. Again, I will say it over and over. Short-term NVIDIA options are the worst trade, in my opinion, in the market. Longer-dated NVIDIA options are one of the best trades in the market, my opinion. So again, that's where we're sitting right now in NVIDIA. You need to break out. You're not really doing too much right now. So yeah, that's where we're at. So again, going a little bit forward from this as well. AMD, you're coming back into your 200 SMA, not breaking out. Can't really get over that. AVGO 174, you got to get continuation. You're not seeing that right now. So again, a lot of these stocks are at very big levels. Okay, AVGO is definitely your best semiconductor right now. I will say that above 173.5, I think this could get explosive as well. But again, a lot of patience required right now. Another name I am watching continued is Chipotle. I keep saying this, the SR flip. We mentioned this a few days ago, around $57. You mounted that, you're pushing back in highs. I have this pushing back into 60, so I would be watching that one as well. Costco had your push as well the other day, came back in 896, remounted that level, shot up. Again, reminds you like the LRCX chart. You had the cup and handle, you broke out, retested, shooting back into all-time highs, 918. Looks really good. I have this pushing into like mid 900s, like 950, give or take. So Costco continues to look impressive as well. Netflix, another big name I'm watching here, above 701. It's a slam for me. It still looks really good. If you break up, I call it on Discord, you just never got the mount of 712 today. You mount 712, a 711.9. I got this running into all-time highs, and I could see this running $20 instantly. Very quickly, a lot of volume will dump in once you break highs like you normally do with Netflix. So again, stocks I'm watching, what I'm looking at overall in the market. Okay, so, but I want to say this right now. Stop overcomplicating this stuff. Right now, today's a terrible day. I posted on Twitter. If you're not following on Twitter, I recommend doing so. But I told you guys, no trading on the day. Sucks to have no trades, but there's no reason to force trades you're not confident in. I'm going to tell you this over and over. Your volume today, someone commented, it was a good comment, right? Volume was tragic on SPY today. Terrible. 30 million. In comparison, Friday, you had 77. Today, you had 31. You're probably, on the after hours, you'll probably pull 33 million, right? No volume coming into the market. So no reason to get over aggressive. You don't need crazy volume, but when you have this low volume, you're not going to get too much movement. You're also looking at mortgage rates slowly still coming back down. So again, my overall view on the market still remains, I think you look good in the short term. I think you look very strong. But again, you got to wait. You got to be patient. Let the trades come to you. When you start over trading, you start jumping the gun, you start getting over aggressive. That's traditionally where you start to lose your money, guys. So I want to highlight that as much as possible. If you guys are not following on Twitter, again, I can only recommend this so much. It's where I go over my charts, everything in between. You know, this is what we had to look at here too on Nasdaq. I posted this a little bit earlier for everyone, but you know, you're in the range, you're stuck, can't do nothing during this time. I promise when setups are there, again, we're going to be posting them as, you know, as usual, right? Again, there's no Discord spots available right now. Be on the lookout because we'll probably have more coming out very soon. But again, as of right now, that's what we're looking at, broad market. So again, if you have questions, comment down below. We'll make sure to get over to those questions as soon as possible. But again, that's what we're looking at right now. Have a good one, traders. I'll see you next time.